Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anant. And as I was saying that in this table topic section, instead of asking question, I will display some photos, and the speaker are requested to build a story around that. That story might be the story you have been heard or listened in your childhood, or you may come across of it, or you may either uh, create your own story around the photos. So I am just sharing my screen. Before I share, I just wanted to someone who can volunteer first. Anyone who wanted to volunteer first? Jaideep. Okay. Okay. So Jaideep, I am sharing the screen. So you can take 10 second extra. You can first see the photographs. Uh, recollect the story, or you wanted to create your own one, you can do it and then start. So I am sharing my screen to you, and over to you. Hope you can see the screen.
Yes, I can see the screen. Yeah, I can see your screen. Okay, so thank you, Toastmaster Ankit, for showing me this interesting picture and to create the story on this picture. It's about that one bird and one animal. And as we can see that fox and stork. So maybe I can take some animals and a bird by related to this story. So as we can see
Yes,
that, uh, sorry.
yeah,
So
you
there
can
was
take one.
one bird and one animal, and they were very good friends. So because they were good friends, they always used to share with them each other everything, and they used to help each other. Even they used to share the food with each other. So it was the college days. They were on the table. They were eating something, the snacks that was prepared by the one of the friends, and they were enjoying the snacks they were eating. Then suddenly, the one word got the idea that we eat a lot, but can we do the one like game that after eating the food, we will drink lots of water. Who can drink the maximum water? He will the winner, and he will get the prize of 500 bucks. So both has put 250 bucks, and it was decided who can drink the more water. So they brought the water. They started to drink water. The animals and the birds who has the big this throat nose. So he started drink water. They drink a lots of water. Then after some time, the bird still was able to drink more water because bird was flying. He used to bring the water from the other place, but the animal was not going anywhere. He was just drinking water. Then got tired. It was not possible to drink more water. So the birds finally won this competition, and he got the 500 bucks. So this story is all about the whenever the two friends, someone is going to make the race, they should first understand their attributes and their qualities, because every one person is good in one thing but not is good in other thing. So challenge should be clear when you are fighting with the friends or with the enemy, that what is your strength and what is your weakness. If you're fighting based upon your strength, then definitely you can win. If you're fighting based upon your weakness, that's a wise idea, that make the defense strategy and don't fight with this person. So this is from my side. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster Ankit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaideep, for creating of your version of a story. And as you said, once uh, depending on the attribute and the skill, one has to fight, and after analyzing if you are good at one thing, you should be focused on that. So this story, this photo is also related one of the story of Panchatantra, where there is a clever fox who invited a stork for the dinner, and offered the food in a shallow dish, and due to the long mouth of the stork, she could not able to feed the food, and she got disappointed and returned to home hungry and disappointed. So to take the revenge on the another day, she invited the fox for the dinner, and she took the revenge by offering the food in the sipper type of a dish, so that the fox would not be able to eat it. So the moral of the story is that one should be consider empathy while doing the hospitality, and if it is not necessary if you are good at one thing, the other is also good on the same thing. So this is the moral of the story. And but thank you for creating of your version of this story. Uh, Next, who wanted to go next? Ravinder. Okay, I'm sharing the screen. Hope you can see the screen.
Yes.
Just a hint for Ravinder, this is the same story we were speaking during the TMOD session taken by Anant.
Talkative tortoise.
Yes.
Okay. Never heard of it, but let me see what I can make out of it. Okay. So the ostrich and turtle, they were friend, and one day they were discussing, about each other life, and then the turtle was very talkative. Then turtle said, "You fly high, and you see the world, where I am always on the ground or in water. Why don't you give me a chance? I also want to fly." And they came up with this idea, let's find a way where we will collaborate as a team. We'll hold a stick, and you hold that with your mouth and we'll all fly. But that turtle was very talkative. So when they were flying, the turtle could not control its enthusiasm. What he saw when he was flying for the first time, when he opened his mouth and started celebrating, wow, what a world I'm seeing. And that moment it came direct down, and hit the ground. So moral of the story is, sometime you need to hold your horses, control your emotions, and enjoy the moment. And I can say nowadays I'm seeing same thing, in news and everywhere. There is this new breed of these YouTubers who try to make reels. They believe more in taking pictures, videos, rather than enjoying the moment, right? And they waste their that that moment itself. Yeah, there is a learning that we should enjoy the moment rather than talking about it, and uh, and focusing on something else other than enjoying. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravinder. Bingo, you match exact story of the Panchatantra. This is the same story wherein the all three were friends and they were wanted to move out from one pond to another, but with a condition that the tortoise should not speak. If he speak, he will fall down. But once all three were flying along with the stick, the people on the ground started speaking how that tortoise can fly, what empowers him to fly, and that narration could not held by the tortoise, and out of enthusiasm he wanted to speak. Once he speak, he fell down. So yes, the story is before acting or before responding, one should check their pulses, and before acting anything, think twice if the repercussion would be bad. Just like the tortoise, he fell down because he could not get the control over his impulses. Right. So who wanted to go next? Hi, Rupinder. Can you hear us? You wanted to go next?
The TT King has come. Vipat.
Okay, Nimit, you wanted to go, right?
No. Let's have Rupinder first.
Yeah, Rupinder. Can you hear us, Rupinder?
Am I audible, visible?
So I'm not sure whether you joined right now or before.
He just
we
joined
started
now,
off.
so you can quickly explain him what we are doing.
Okay, so I am sharing some photographs. You have to build the story around it. These story might be the old tales which you might have heard during the school time or somewhere else, or you can create your own version of the story. So I will
Okay,
display
am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible and visible.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I am sharing the screen.
Supposed to tell the story of Fox and the Grapes?
Yes.
Okay. Fox and the Grape is a story about a fox who tried to eat some grapes but could not reach them because they were quite high up. And in the end, it walked back with its tail between its legs, telling itself that the grapes were too high for her, or for the fox. Now, there are various interpretations of the story. The first interpretation is just the first interpretation can be the fox was probably not hungry enough, and had the fox been hungry enough, it would have probably found a way to get to those grapes. The second interpretation is that the fox was the fox did not have a solution mindset. It did not have a problem solving attitude. It had a fixed mindset, and per the fox, the only way to reach the grapes was to jump at it. The fox was not big on lateral thinking, uh, thinking of other ways, maybe climbing the tree and reaching the grapes, climbing the vines and reaching the grapes, or using some other innovative techniques, such as the crow who dropped pebbles into a water mug to reach to the water. That's the second interpretation. I guess then there can be multiple interpretations. Uh, Maybe the fox also saw that something was wrong with the grapes and perhaps they were not worth having. It's not just sour, it's just that or maybe the grapes were really sour. So there are various interpretations to this story. The fox could have been a realist, the fox could have had a fixed mindset, or the fox was not hungry enough and did not want to try hard enough to reach the grapes. Stories like these, they give a unique insight. Sometimes the thing is that we're just taught one moral of the story. We're not taught to think of other possibilities. I think storytelling should teach other possibilities. What do you think, Mr. Topics Master?
Thank you, Toastmaster Rupinder, for sharing that different perspective for one story. And yes, every picture have two sides, two faces, and every story have more than one narration. So in this story also, as per the perspective and the interpretation, one will interrupt in their own way. Right, in this story, either the fox was not hungry enough, that's why he was not making the enough attempt to get his target, that is grapes. Or maybe after attempting, he just wanted to make excuse that despite making all the efforts, if he's not able to get it, it means these fruits are not worth of it. So sometimes also in our life, when we are after multiple attempts, we are not getting something, then we make ourselves with an excuse that this thing is not worthy for us. But this might not be the case if we tried from uh, from a different perspective, a little harder, or some more attempts we will do, we can achieve it. So there are, yes, multiple interpretation of one story can be happen. Okay. Thank you. Who wanted to go next?
This will be the last one, or Nimit, do we have time?
Probably we can accommodate one last.
Okay. Who wanted to go next? Nimit, you wanted to go next?
Okay.
Can you see the photo, Nimit?
Yeah. In life, we often take risks, and in order to achieve, we should take risk. This is the case with most of the entrepreneurs or anyone who is willing to go the extra mile, achieve a lot of things for their own lives. Just let us consider this rat for this moment in this story where he walks into the lion's den to get him back and get him taste his own medicine. What he does is, in order to be the next king of the jungle or to achieve all the bravery awards of the jungle, he courageously walks into the den of the lion and teases him and invites the anger and the ruthlessness of the sleeping lion and brings him out of the den. Instead, he was just waiting for him to come out, chase him, and get into the trap he and his friends had already set for him. That way, he was adjudged the new king of the jungle and hence the most courageous animal of the jungle. The moral of the story is just saying that we must, despite our size, we have the capability to bring down the mightiest of all if we are innovative, if we are risk taking, and if we have all the solutions with us. So let us be like the rat in the story, but at heart, let us be the lion of the jungle. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nimit, for creating his own story around that. I know you might be aware for the true story, but I believe you created your one But yeah, you rightly said that despite of your size and despite of your strength, if you are taking some courageous action due to some innovation or due to some, courageous step, you can step forward no matter how big the obstacle is. You will overcome from it and achieve what you want. Thank you. With this, I just wanted to hand over the stage back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anant. Over to you.
Thank you, Ankit, for aiding me in keeping the table topics related to the theme of Panchatantra. And folks, concluding the theme, just wanted to share why this theme came into being. We were struggling for TMOD themes, and not just in our club, but in Turning Point as well. So this Thursday, I took the same theme over there as well. And my message there was all about, you can find the themes around you. I found this theme in the YouTube videos that I made my son watch. Instead of watching any cartoons, I just searched around Panchatantra stories, animated ones, and he's happily enjoying them. In fact, not just that, I went to a bookstore in my small town where there were hard binding books by the kilos, not by MRPs. And I found Panchatantra, Akbar Birbal tales, Samaj Chitrakathas, and these Mahabharata, etc. tales, quite graphic and appropriate for small children to consume. I bought these books, etc. for him, and that he is slowly getting into habit of. Stories are the best way we can teach the next generation, our own generation, and in fact, much later future generations. So let's get into the business of telling stories and start from our own homes. But more importantly, when we want to practice it, why not take a TMOD theme and pick your favorite story and make that as a theme? At the end of this meeting, I would like to see one of you raising their hand up and say, I want to share my favorite story, break it down in an exciting theme for the next week. With that hope, I hand over to the general evaluator to bring his evaluation team and enrich us with the moral of this meeting. Let's invite the general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Now is the time of evaluation. A speech evaluator has already done the evaluation of the speech of the speaker's speech. So it is over. Now this is the time to call the tag team to share their reports. So I would like to call the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Nimit, to present his report.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. In the capacity of the grammarian, it was a very wonderful experience, not only to relive all the stories, but also the good grammar coming along with it. I saw the enthusiasm across the room, and it was evident in the grammar which we were using. I'll start off with some good usages of English grammar in today's meeting. Sergeant at Arms, the first phase of the meeting, used the phrase diversity of thoughts. And then we had the Toastmaster Day with a plethora of good usages like Bible of the administrators. It's a metaphor. Octogenarian. It's a term used for people who are in their 80s. Mutation and verbose, spill the beans. All these were good usages used by Anant. The prepared speaker today was very good in their language as well. She used extraordinaire. Toastmaster is like a box of assorted chocolates. It's a simile. Throw in a joke. Bewildered and bemused. It's an alliteration. Both words starting with B, making it a much more impact in the listener's mind. Hold Your Horses by Ravinder and Tail Between Legs by Rupinder. A few Few areas where we could have done better. For example, the sentence where tomorrow the fisherman arrived. It's a bit contradicting itself in itself. It could be either the next day the fisherman arrived or tomorrow the fisherman would arrive. The word mongoose was pronounced incorrectly. It should be ideally mongoose. Just like the word pronunciation itself is not pronunciation, it is pronunciation. Similarly, mongoose. Word for word should be word by word, or one word for this is verbatim. Speak on their feet should be correctly used as think on their feet and speak. The word of the day was aptly used by a few speakers today, like the general evaluator Parvez, the Toastmaster today Anant, and a special compliment to the prepared speaker to incorporate that word into their prepared speech itself on the fly. Thank you, Ifat, for using the word timeless. I hope you continue to use this word in your journey in Toastmasters and beyond. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nimit, for your timeless evaluation. It was wonderful. You minutely focused on very, the small things, highlighted it, and I'm sure that many of us would get the benefit out of it. Now, there's a time to call PF Counter, Toastmaster Jaideep, to present his report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Parvez. Messages of Panchatantra stories are timeless. The power of pause is often overlooked, but it can turn a good speech into a great one. So as a counter, I am now ready to share my report. So let me share my screen. So today's speech, the speaker Anand as a TMD, he has used 4 times ah, 3 times so, and 1 short pause. Toastmaster Ifat Aslam as a speaker, she has there so ah 2 times, and actually short pause was 1. So actually it was here 1, not by the Anand. Sorry for the mistakes. Then Sameep as a prepared speech evaluator, ah 2 times, and 1 time. Then next one, Nimit as a grammarian, 1 time. Ankit as a table topic master, 3 times. And he has used repeated words before 2 times. Ravindra as a table topic speaker, 3 times. Then Rupenda as a table topic speaker, 1 time, and no other pauses. And Nimit as a table topic speaker, I couldn't find any or counter on his speech. So this was my overall evaluation of the as a counter. So I would like to stage handover back to Toastmaster Parvez.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jaideep, for your report. Now I'm going to call upon the timer of the day, Toastmaster Nimit, to present his report.
Thank you so much. One highlight of today's meeting was that everyone was in their qualifying time limits. So congratulations to everyone. The prepared speaker spoke for 19 minutes 10 seconds. The corresponding evaluator spoke for 3 minutes 7 seconds. And the table topic speakers, just touch and go for them. Jaideep, 2 minutes 2 seconds. Ravinder, 2 minutes 30 seconds. And Rupinder, 2 minutes 29 seconds. Apologies, I could not time myself as the fourth speaker. That was it from my side as the timer, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Amit, for your detailed report on the timing. Now there's the time for my report. The best part of today's meeting was the meeting was started on time, exactly at 11 a.m. by Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Ankit with a lot of energy and conviction. He has stated clearly all the instructions required for the meeting. He also highlighted all the do's and don'ts to be observed during the meeting. The presiding officer, Toastmaster Ifat, came on the stage with a great smile on her face. She gave welcome address. She set the direction of the meeting. And then the stage was handed over to TMOD, who gave valuable insights on Panchatantra. He told many very good stories, I will say, which were giving a lot of important lessons for us to, if we follow those stories and take the moral values of that, we will be very, very successful in our life. So all those stories were explained and told in a very good way, I will say, and it was wonderful, I will say. Then he called upon the general evaluator to introduce the tag team. So general evaluator introduced the tag team, who described their roles very well. Then the speaker was to be called, and before that, the speech evaluator was required to be invited to not a normal way. Normally, evaluation section is followed by the table topic session, but because of some urgency at Toastmaster Sameep, he was invited a little bit early. So he had done the evaluation of the speech, which was done very well, I will say. He followed the CRC approach and did complete justice to her role, to his role. Table topic master was invited after that, Toastmaster Ankit. He came with very interesting topics with graphics, I will say, which was very unique, I will say. He engaged the audience and encouraged guests and members to participate in the table topic session. So kudos to Toastmaster Ankit for that. Then came the turn of the grammarian. The grammarian, in the evaluation section, I started with the grammarian. The grammarian minutely focused on the correct and the wrong usage of English language, which he highlighted very well. So kudos to him as well. PF Counter was invited and he put forward his report. He picked up very carefully all the pauses and filler words used by the participants. Last but not the least is the timer. He recorded the time accurately and indicated to the speakers with different flag colors to make them aware where they were with respect to the time. Overall, the meeting was very good and it was a timeless meeting, I will say, because it was very interesting, a lot of good stories. Everybody said many things about their experience they have shared, and we got a lot of benefits out of that. So it was a complete timeless session, I will say. Kudos to TMOD, who has described all the things so well and given us a lot of information about the importance of different aspects of life. If it is followed properly, a lot of benefits can be reaped upon. So overall, it was very good. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, General Evaluator. That concludes today's theme. And remember, folks, the lessons we learned from Panchatantra. It's really, really easy to find themes, speech topics, moral stories around us, especially from our scriptures, from the timeless classics that the Indian culture has. My favorite one will always remain Mahabharata, because I come from a land which is filled with stories related to Mahabharata and subsequent periods. On that note, again, reiterating my dream, my aspiration to produce another TMOD for the next meeting immediately in this meeting with this example. On that note, I hand over back to the presiding officer. Presiding officer, please take away and conclude the meeting. Meanwhile, folks, there is a poll link. Please mark the polls as well.
Thank you so much, Anant DTM. Please have a huge round of applause for our Toastmaster of the day. Wow, what was the session? And you enlighten us with a lot of stories, not only you, but also our Toast table topic master. Okay, so we have a guest, very special guest, I would say, Rupinder DTM. I know, Rupinder, you joined meeting later during the meeting. So, but I would like to ask you, so how did you find this meeting and what's your feedback about us? Over to you, Rupinder.
For some reason, my camera just gave up on me for some reason. I'll have to fix.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. What I like about GPT is that even though our meetings have less in number, but the meeting quality is top notch. Our meeting starts on time, and everybody comes prepared for the roles, and that is one aspect that we need to keep on. We need to keep working on it. The reason I say that is that if we can have that discipline in fewer numbers, that discipline will percolate down to the bigger numbers as well. So whatever you guys are doing, just keep on doing it. Don't bother about that, okay, today only 5 people came to the meeting, or today only 6 people came to the meeting. Because there was a time when this meeting would feature 20-25 people. And it all started with 5-6 people deciding that we are going to be a part of the meeting. So just keep that up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rupinder, for your valuable feedback. Yes, it's true that how many members do we have? It doesn't matter, but it's necessary to attend the meetings. And that's how we can have a meetings, and we can invite other guests also, and they can be a member of our club. With this, we came to an end to this speech, to this meeting. But before that, I would like to take a moment. So over the past 6 months, my journey as VP has been filled with learning and unforgettable moments. Whatever went right, I wholeheartedly credit it to Toastmasters Ankit, who was the part of VPE team, and all our incredible members. Thank you for being my unwavering support. Thank you so much, everyone. And for anything that falls short or miss the mark, I take full responsibility and offer my sincere apologies. My tenure as a VP is going to come to an end, but the lessons I learned will remain with me for life. And I would like to congratulate our next VP, Nimit DTM. He will be going to have all the arrange all the role players and make an agenda. And tomorrow will be the last day of my tenure. So I would like to live every ounce of it. So I will be your VP till tomorrow, 12 a.m. With this, I adjourn this meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Let us give one team mod for the next week and oblige to the aspiration and dream of Anant, that Toastmaster of the day, our hero of the day. Who would like to take up?
I can take the role if you allow.
You have already taken, I think, in the past 1 month twice.
Yeah.
Maybe someone else? their own favorite stories, their own favorite phenomenon, concept, anything that you want, and I will actively work with you to make that into a theme.
One fun fact, next meeting would be the first meeting of the new year. You might be calling me crazy why I'm saying new year is just 6 months into the year, but Toastmasters year starts from July 1. So happy new year to everyone. And next meeting would be a special meeting. I promise, as the incoming VP Education, I have some surprise for you lined up. But yes, Toastmaster Day. Who would we? Who would it be? While you think about it, let me take the opportunity to announce the results of the poll. We have 4 responses, not many. I wonder who has not yet responded. But you can, the link is still open. You can still respond if you have not. But the clear winner in the best role player category is the Toastmaster Day today. So congratulations, Anant. The best auxiliary role player goes to the Grammarian. And as far as the overall evaluation of the meeting is concerned, we have an average rating of 4.75. I'll just share my screen. I would like to share my screen. Why not? Yeah, so this is the rating we have got as collectively, the overall evaluation of the meeting. Timeliness, we have got an average rating of 4.75. Creativity and innovation has got an average rating of 4. Effectiveness or quality has got 4.25, and value addition is 4.25 again. Yeah, so one feedback that we must increase the number of members and more guests. However, it was all good. Thank you. We take that feedback, and in the next term, in the coming term, we definitely are going to make it. We can pause the recording, but still we are open for the TMOD session.